Let me tell you a little bit about ecstasy. Basically, at the moment, there are not as many people using ecstasy, young people that is, and even adults as well, as there was maybe 15, 16 years ago. Why is that? There is lots of different reasons, but let's try and focus on the main one, and that is ecstasy is not the same today as what it was 16 years ago. Nowadays, people would take 10 ecstasy pills in one night, whereas when I was using ecstasy, if you had 10 ecstasy pills in one night, you'd be dead. They're not made the same. A lot of the ecstasy pills today have got more heroin in them to make the user become physically addicted to taking those ecstasy pills and want more. They have a lot of speed in them as well to keep the user floating and make them find they're more awake. In fact, they have very little MDMA in, and before I'm asked or to explain the proper term for MDMA, I don't know what that is, but basically, again, like T-hydrocodone, THC, MDMA is the main ingredient within ecstasy. Well, ecstasy pills have been examined recently and there's been hardly any MDMA in them at all. But what we have now is people taking MDMA liquid, which is a purer form. And they'll take a little drop of this liquid like out of a little canister, and it will give the user the desired effect of taking like 3 pills. It's very, very psychologically addictive, if not physically addictive, because the user gets such a sense of euphoria that they want to have more and more and more of it. The possibilities of what can happen to somebody using such stuff, you know, they're quite sickening. You know, the user who takes just one little drop of MDMA can actually have a heart attack and die the very first time they take it, because it speeds up the blood pumping around the body so much so, and the lungs, that they just can't put up with it. So the user can have a panic attack and die almost instantaneously from taking this stuff. It also dehydrates your body, and that's where a lot of people get confused with ecstasy, that they need to drink water. You do, but the more water you drink, the more fluid you're getting up on your brain. And that's where a lot of users go wrong. They think they've got to drink loads and loads of water because their body's dehydrating, which it is. But the more water you're drinking, it's getting stuck somewhere up on your brain, and you can have a blood clot swell up and die that way. You know, there's no guidelines on how much water you should drink, but it's very easy to drink too much or not enough. So it's terrible, really. But thank God at the moment there are not so many people using ecstasy in my experience.